I understand what he's saying. What he's trying to say is, if you remember, I at first streamed on Twitch, and then after about a year of streaming on Twitch back in 2013, 2014, I left. And when I left, everyone said to me, Phil, that's suicide. Everyone who streams on Twitch. No one streams anywhere else and is taken seriously. If you want to be a gamer and you want to stream, you got to stream on Twitch. And at that time, remember, I didn't monetize any of my streams. It was just fan service. My main income was from the on-demand videos on YouTube. So from the years of like 2014 through like late 2016, for about 2 years, I streamed exclusively right here on YouTube. Okay? Which was great. But YouTube had a lot of shortcomings. In particular, the chat was terrible. The chat was not nearly as good as it is today. Okay? It was actually unmanageable back then. There was no way to really control the chat. So I had to have a lot of workarounds to stream on YouTube. I had to have my own chat set up and all kinds of crazy stuff. After about 2 years of doing that, I saw the writing on the wall that basically it wasn't going to be able to be feasible to make a living just with on-demand videos on YouTube anymore. I was going to have to change to survive. And a lot of people, thankfully, gave me a ton of advice saying you need to become a full-time streamer. And I listened, which is a rarity for me, but I actually listened. I think what it was is that there was a combination of a lot of things going on in my life at that time, and I felt like my life needed a major reboot, okay? And so changing my quality of content away from being an on-demand video creator and instead being an interactive live streamer, it became a breath of fresh air. It became more interactive. It became more fun, and quite frankly, it led to a change in attitude for me, where instead of just being the guy trying to do over-the-top jokes, risque attitude, I became a guy that was more about, hey, let's have a fun time with games today. Let's have a meaningful conversation, right? Let's actually put out content that is of some level of maturity and quality, although admittedly I'm not the most mature guy and it's not the highest quality, let's be honest. But I feel like the people who come by my channel are here for a particular kind of content that you're not going to get elsewhere. Like I just said the other day, we looked at my demographics. 2 to 3% of my viewership are teens. That's it. Everyone else who watches me is either in their 20s, 30s, or 40s. And actually, there's a higher percentile of people from the ages of 50 to 70 watching me than the percentile that is of teens. So basically, my content, since I changed my attitude and my commentary style, does not appeal to the younger, immature audience anymore. It appeals to a more mature audience that's looking for something more serious. Okay? And because of that, things got a lot better around here, alright? So I became a full-time streamer on Twitch again because I was seeking to monetize my ability to stream. And that changed up everything. And I was a successful streamer on Twitch from early 2017 all the way through April 2021. So you're talking, you know, more than 4 years that I was full-time streaming over there. And then all of a sudden, that's when cancel culture began, where everyone was trying to cancel everyone, and my haters realized this and mobilized, and all in one fell swoop, they were trying to basically get me canceled from everything. They got me kicked out of the Twitch Partner Program, they got me kicked out of Teespring, they got me kicked out of the Streamlabs ability to get tips. They basically got me canceled from like 4 things. Come to find out, it was a concerted effort. They were sending clips of me from a decade previous when I was that immature, that guy who was doing racial humor, insensitive humor, sexualized humor. They were sending that as an example of that's who I was today and claiming this guy is a bigot, this guy is a racist, don't you know this guy's moniker is the king of hate? And basically, these companies didn't want to do research, they didn't care. They felt if enough people were complaining about me, that was enough to try to sever ties. So it wasn't like I was outright banned from Twitch, but they just kicked me out of the partner program with literally no justification. They literally never proved a thing, nor even showed me evidence that I ever did anything wrong. They just said I did. And then they said, hey, reapply in a year. Because in a year, if you could show that you're not like that, you can come back and be a partner again. To which I said, how about no? How about I don't hinge everything on a company that on a whim will kick me out with literally no justification for it? You never showed me doing anything wrong. And I already know, like I already told you guys, I already was contacted behind the scenes by someone who had the evidence that this is what happened. They showed me everything that was presented to Twitch and to other companies as well. And basically, yeah, it was a cancel effort showing things about me from 10 years ago. It was like, wow. And these companies are so dumb, they actually affected that 10 years later as if it was something that just happened. It's ridiculous. But that's how these companies are today. They're also insanely over the top, I hate to say it, liberal, that if anyone has ever done anything wrong, it doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or yesterday, you could still be canceled for it. It doesn't make any sense, right? Now, the thing is, I'm not anti-liberal. I'm middle of the road. I don't like ultra-conservatives. In fact, take a look at my attitudes on my streams and content. I'm definitely not a conservative. But it's like they're treating me like I'm the devil or something when I'm not doing anything wrong to violate any of their rules. They're taking things from 10 years ago and acting like they happened today. Anyway, after leaving the Twitch Partner Program in, what was it, April of 2021, I came over to YouTube full time, and a lot of people said, you see, now Phil's screwed. Because the reason Phil had any level of support, any level of success, was because he was on Twitch, and Twitch is the go-to website for streaming, and if anything, it's been the absolute opposite. What we've shown is that it doesn't matter where I go, people are going to follow me, people are going to support me no matter what. They realize that I've been basically hounded and persecuted by these internet bullies for a long time, and sadly, there's just no recourse against it right now. There really is no protection against this kind of online harassment. There should be, but there's not, and people know this. So, they don't give a shit what these idiots say about me. They don't care who tries to cancel me. They like my content. They know who I am. They know I'm different than everyone else. That's why they want to be here. And so, I fully believe it doesn't matter if I'm streaming on YouTube, on Twitch, on another third-party site, where I'm posting up my videos. No matter what happens, I feel like people are going to support me and go wherever they need to go to keep following my content, and I really, really, really appreciate that. It allows me to have a feeling like I'm appreciated, and people truly know that there's value in who I am as a person and what I do on the internet, and that you want to see it continue. And I'm very, very appreciative of that. I am. Thank you. I'm very grateful that I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Thank you for that. But yeah, here we are. Almost now 2 years into me being a full-time streamer on YouTube, and I'm going strong. My subs are up. My views are either steady or up, depending on the month, but they are never dipping. They're always steady or higher up, right? Engagement has been great. Every month is saying it's either equal or going up. It's slow growth, but it's still growth. And I'm implementing new changes to make things better. Like I said, I have some good plans for 2023. They were kind of stalled with the whole taking forever to finish last year's stuff and then sadly having my equipment break. But now we're in a position, we're wrapping everything up and full speed ahead. Hopefully by the end of maybe January, or maybe at the latest, maybe very early February, I'll be launching some interesting new things for you guys that I'm sure you'll be interested in. And we'll go from there. But I'm feeling very positive about the future. I really am. All right? We've got a couple more tips, but I feel like I'm about to sneeze. So if you can give me a second here, so I don't.